Hey guys, part two of God's Will and our Jimmy Barnes, our fake Jimmy Barnes. This was a scammer who had been kidnapped and was being held in a house. It was all very dramatic. So there was a little bit more chat that came afterwards on his fake Jimmy Barnes account. The last video left off with me going, okay, let's hope Insta leaves it alone until you can message me from your own account. Yeah, he said, I pray so, and vanished. Then he came back. Good evening from here, he said. 5 o'clock the next morning. You are not giving me your response, he said, very infuriated and with about 5 exclamation points. I said, you messaged at 6 a.m., dude. I'm at work. So sorry. Didn't know you are at work already. When do you close so I can text you then? I said, it's now 8 a.m. I'll be home about 4 p.m. Okay. Then I will text you by 6 to 7. Then you would have rest and eaten. To which I said, I will be with my husband then, relaxing. 4 to 5 is the best time, with your own account. But what if I create my own account and he finds me on social media? All right, I will text you. I won't put my picture so he won't identify my account. Don't forget this mysterious he who's out there looking for this guy. I said, you said you had one already, which the idiot love-hearted. I can't use it. He might find me through it, he tries. I said, well, then use this until Insta take it down. I've got to go. All right, take good care of yourself today. God bless you. I have created a new one and I will text you with it now, which he promptly did. Meet God's Will, a scammer from before with an incredibly garish colour pattern. Hi, he said the same morning. Mind you, that Jimmy Barnes profile is still up. I said, hi, chat later then. All right, and sends me a rose. I said, please don't send roses. This isn't romantic. Later. All right, sorry about that later. So, the next morning. Good evening and good morning to you. Sorry for not texting yesterday evening. I didn't have the chance. Hope you have a good day good day today at work, said my scammer who had been busy using the Jimmy Barnes account to scam. I said, thanks. Are you busy? I said, yes, it's 7 a.m. and I'm at work. Okay, I will text you at 4 p.m. So about 5:30 that night. Good evening to you, ma'am. How was work? I didn't have the wherewithal. Are you awake? He said, 5 o'clock the next morning. I said, yes, it's 5 a.m. I'm getting breakfast. Did you contact the embassy and Amnesty International? I'm trying to study this man I'm staying with. I think he is up to something, he says, and the intrigue just gets deeper. To which I responded, I still think you're full of shit. To which he said, I mentioned it to him, and he started acting strange and doing weird stuff. I said, I've decided I don't want to be involved. Why would you even tell him? Nothing you say is making sense. Use your fictional tunnel, in quotes, and get Amnesty International to collect you. And in response to me thinking he was full of shit, it's not my fault here. Please, I'm just scared. Come to think of it, what I go back to, my country, and the same man who brought me here come from me. I want to go somewhere else and do a real business. Then I will go back and finish my education as a psychologist, said my scammer who forgot to tell me he was just finished high school. So I sent him Embassy of Nigeria, Dakar and Senegal. I said, use it. And in response to nothing you say is making sense, he said, I wish you can understand the kind of person this man is. He can do anything. When he brought me here, I saw things, and that's why he is after me. And now the man I'm staying with, us acting strange towards me. So this man can be in Nigeria and Senegal and everywhere, all over the place. And in response to me sending him a clip of where the embassies are, all right, I will do it right away, he said. And in response to, it's not my fault here, please, I'm just scared, I said, you said you didn't even finish high school. You aren't educated at university and you aren't a psychologist. You're lying again. You can't keep your stories straight. No, he said. I said I didn't finish my education and I wanted to complete my education when I get back. Because I want to be a psychologist. That's my dream. I want to complete my education from where I stopped. Now, I was starting to get my impression that this kid was very young. So I showed him where he'd said no, he dropped from secondary level, blah, blah, blah. So I said, I asked if you went to uni and you said no. And then I can't help you anyway around wanting to go to school and be a psychologist. Yes, I stopped at my SS2 and I want to complete my education. I really want to go on with my SS3 and university stage. Now, recall just a little bit further back, he said he wanted to continue his studies as a psychologist. So this kid was all over the place. I said, so you aren't studying to be anything yet? I think you've forgotten all the lies you've told, and if you're not going to go to the authorities, I can't help you. To which he responds, I get it. You don't want to help me with anything, but can you do me a favour, please? And I thought, oh, here comes the scam. I said, I will call the Senegal consulate now. What's your full name? And in response to, so you aren't studying to be anything yet, you've forgotten all the lies. Why would you say I told you lies? I told you my story. That necessarily immediately makes it true. I said, where are you? I'm calling the embassy now. Can we talk? I think it will be better. He tries to interject panically. I said, no, my husband is here. You type your location, your name, and I'll call Amnesty now. I've already Googled them and have the number here. They'll be with you before morning. It's not about calling the embassy or calling Amnesty. The question is, will I be safe if I go back? Adding an extra level of how he's in danger in every country bar mine, I'm assuming. I said, Amnesty will relocate you. Any other African country. What is your location and full name? To which he said, are you assuring me that I will be safe? I said, either you want to try and leave or you don't. It's simple. I'm scared. Can you do me a favour before we go on with anything? Said my scammer. I said, what's that? And here it comes. I'm going to try and make sure I reach my sister, he said. The sister who's still in Nigeria that he's too scared to return to. If anything happens, can you please take good care of her for me? I said, no. How the hell am I supposed to do that? So no, sorry. Jesus! Broken heart. Look, we have suffered a lot. I can't let her suffer also. I said, you said she was home in your mother's village and safe. I don't think she is, he informs me. And even if she was, she is not going to school. They are too poor in the village to send her to school. I said, cue another long sob story. Please at least send her to school for me, broken heart, sad emoji. Which if I had acquiesced, this would have turned into a weird conversation with a little child, and I wasn't going to have that. I said, no. I told you I'm not sending money. I knew you'd ask. You guys are all the same. It was only a matter of time of when and how. I said, parading some child in front of me I've never spoken to or met will not inspire me to open my wallet to you. To which he responds, what are you planning to do with me then if you can't trust me? Absolutely indignant that I couldn't trust him. I said, I'm not planning anything. You came to me with this bullshit story and planned to get money from me one way or another. You've got options to get away. You're not using them because your whole story is bullshit. Not my problem. I gave you options. That's all I can and will do. To which he said, well, my story is all now bullshit. Life is so fucking boring with no parents, so you know. Oh, good. I guess I can just be talking to you here till I die down here, he tries. I said, oh yeah, I figured your tone would change when you realised I'm not sending you money. And if you're an adult, life is not too boring without parents. What nonsense. We all got to die one day. I was completely unsympathetic to this poor man's plight. To which he says, yeah, it's boring. You didn't care to ask how they died. All you think about me is am a scum and am cooking up stories, said my scum who was cooking up stories. To which I said, how would I care how they died? I know I sound very cold, people, but I wasn't believing a word of this guy. And in response to we all got to die one day, my scammer said, yeah, at your own time, not too young. I said, you didn't ask me about mine either or my family, so why would I care? And in response to, yeah, at your own time, not too young, I said, well, that's life, isn't it? You'll manage. Completely unsympathetic still. And in response to me saying he didn't ask me about me or my family, why would I care? He said, because we haven't gotten enough time to talk better. You are being ash and mean to me. To which I said, what the fuck did you expect when you start off by lying, then make up the most ridiculous story, then ask me to pay for your sister's school, and then act like a child when your plans don't work out? I've given you options, either help yourself or don't. That's all. Are you an adult or a whining child? To which he says, I'm 17. And that's where I started going, yeah, I'm not doing this. I don't know what the laws are over in West Africa, but I'm not communicating with a child over here. Not that young, it's creepy. I said, so you're a child. June, he says. I said, I can't speak with you. You're a child and I'm an adult. It's skeevy, creepy and wrong. Good luck. Find another teenager to speak with. This is messed up. I thought you'd be at least 19. Take care and try and be a good person. Goodbye. To which he says, really? I said, yes, really, it's morally wrong. Tell me, if I was your child, will you allow me to go this way? Trying that old manipulation. I said, if you were my child, you wouldn't be chatting with adults online. And in response to it's morally wrong, he said, that's the real reason you should care for me as a parent you are. Said the guy who hadn't bothered to ask if I was married, whether I had children, what my age was, anything. For all he knows, I could have been 20. I said, no. And in response to, if you were my child, you wouldn't be chatting with adults online, he said, oh, how sure are you about that? I said, you're not my kid. And my kid wouldn't be looking for clients. You're a child, I'm not. This has gone far enough. And in response to my child not looking for clients, he said, because they have all they need and me here don't have Ebby. He said, trying some of that emotional blackmail. I said, and using childish guilt trips will not work. It's juvenile. In response to, you're a child, I'm not. This has gone far enough. He said, then imagine how a child's suffering looks like. I said, there are kids here suffering that I can help. So good luck with everything. Using guilt and manipulation shows exactly who you are to me. To which he says, then I'm not sure you have a kind heart. Because that would be enough to make me go, oh, all right, here, have 10K. I said, I know you now, and it confirmed what I already suspected. And what could that be? My scammer asked. And in response to, then I'm not sure you have a kind heart, I said, oh, more bullshit guilt because you didn't get money. You're a baby. If you were in terrible trouble, you would have taken my advice. You're only after money from me, so goodbye. No, darling, sending another rose, me down at another man's country suffering. And in response to, you're only after money from me, am after your care and advice, not money, said the man who'd forgotten he'd already begged me for money for his fictional little sister. I said, ew, do not ever, ever call me darling. What the fuck is wrong with your toddler ass? And 100 question marks. And I'm after your care and advice, not money. I said, sure. Just pay for your sister's school. Sure, sure. To which he said, I wish I can connect to her now and let her know how much I have missed her, because he obviously doesn't have a phone and neither does anyone in the village. And in response to, ooh, do not ever, ever call me darling, he goes, you called me baby. I said, you forgot to ask me for a gift card because you can't go out and want to play video games. And in response to, you call me baby, I said, you are clearly a child. It wasn't an endearment. To which he said, nah, wasn't going to ask for that, in response to the gift cards. Well, no, because he was going to ask me for a lot more money. And in response to, you are clearly a child, he said, and I called you darling because you are an adult, because that's what little kids do. And in response to, nah, I wasn't going to ask you for gift cards, I said, well, either way, I'm done. Good luck with this. I'm sure you will have lots of luck. Can I at least have a VN? A voice note. I said, no, I'll not have you use my voice on someone else in your hustle for money. Ha, ha, ha. How will I do that? Said my scammer. All right, what about call? I'm done here at another man's country, okay? I said, no, thanks. You're underage and trying to scam me. Never going to happen. I'm not going to phone with this guy. Stop, please, he said. showing me 2 absolutely pathetic eye emojis. I said, I've given you options. You won't help yourself, so I'm done now. Good luck. All right, I will follow your options, he said, having no intention to follow those options. I said, you do what you want to do. Yes, and take orders from you, he says, putting cool sunglass emoji. Right, that's at that point he changed the theme to Bob Marley One Love, hoping that that would be enough. So, are you at work, he said, trying to change the subject. I said, no, please stop messaging me now. Why? Am no more asking for your help or anything. I said, I told you, you're a child. At least greetings will do. I said, it's creepy and wrong. Then make it right, he said. I don't know what that meant. I said, I'm not going to be your foreign mama, but be my foreign friend. Equates to the same thing. Semantics, everyone. I said, no, we have nothing in common. You're a kid. There is no benefit to it. You'll never get money, so why bother? And I don't have child friends. If you'd been an adult, maybe, but you're not. I was doing that to trap him. I will never ask for money. It's a promise and covenant, he said. And if, in response to if you'd been an adult, maybe he said, I will be soon. Trust me, I have a mature sense of humour. Ew, I don't ever want to find out what his idea of a mature sense of humour is. I said, doesn't matter, you're a child and I have no interest in being a friend to a child. Please, Mrs. Julia, he said. I said, no, thank you. I like to discuss literature, politics, adult topics, not the latest TikTok trend or what shoes you love. No, thank you. Ha ha ha, I won't talk about that. We could talk about other things, your work and how things are. Fishing for information for future scams. I said, no thanks, I'm not telling a strange child anything about myself online. I do not believe your story, so there is no point. And if it's true, then do something. That's all I can do. All right, thanks for the advice. Hope you have fun at work today. Please talk to me, when I didn't respond. So I said, I'll have a good day, thanks, and good night. Thank you, he said, relieved that I hadn't cut him off. How was work? He said later that day. Hope you had fun at work. I didn't reply. So the next morning, good morning. That was Thursday. It is now Saturday in Australia. I allowed it to be a few days, so he hasn't come back yet. I've no doubt he's going to keep popping up. I had another old scammer pop up and I'm just ignoring him. So there you go. Our man who is in desperate, dire fear for his life and his sister's life and has a secret tunnel, and a man who's going to kill him has kind of faded into nothing. Ooh, I had no idea he was barely 16 or 17, tripping on his own lies. There you go. There'll be more videos coming this weekend. Have a great day. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Stay safe. Talk to you guys later. Bye.